Hey guys, so welcome to a brand new video. It's been a year since I posted. I'm bringing you a whole bunch of new content. I was recently focused. Oh wait, did y'all peep the drip? The retro book kit. Nah, y'all didn't peep the drip. Look at that. The Pepsi logo and everything. Crazy. All right, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna bring you a whole lot of Premier League content. I'm also starting a podcast with my friends. We're gonna be covering everything Premier League, so if you're interested, I'll leave a link to that in the description. Today's video, as you can already see by the title, is rating my Premier League fantasy team. I'm going to be going over the players I chose and why I chose them. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to be showing y'all my fantasy Premier League team. Tell me what y'all think in the description. I'll also make a league, so if y'all want to join, I'll leave the code to the private league in the description. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to start off by naming the two goalkeepers. Then I'll go defense, midfield, and forwards. So the first goalkeeper I chose is obviously... Where's he at? Alisson. He's cheap compared to the other keepers. He's a fair price, to be honest. And he's very consistent. He performs, plays for Liverpool, the last champions, and I think he's going to have a great season. I chose him because Liverpool's back line is amazing, and I don't think he'll be conceding a lot of goals like last season. The other goalkeeper I chose, as some of you may know, I'm a West Ham fan. So the other keeper I chose was who I think is one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League, Fabianski. He's a beast. Like, every time I see a West Ham game and he's our goalkeeper, oh my gosh, the saves he pulls. There was once against Liverpool where he let that one goal slip. But other than that, he's an amazing goalkeeper. He performs consistently. He's probably one of West Ham's best players, and he also has my heart. After all those amazing saves he's pulled over the last few seasons, he's just amazing. I think he's incredible. All right, so moving on to the defenders. The first defender I chose is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Where's he at? Oh, he's so expensive. He's 7.5. What are those? That's pounds, right? Is that pounds? Hold on. Yeah, that has to be pounds. English pounds symbol. Yeah, that's pounds. Alright, just making sure. I don't want you to roast me in the freaking comments. But yeah, first defender, Trent Alexander-Arnold. He might be the best right back in the league, to be honest. And I know one of my friends is a Man United fan. He's going to say AWB all the way. But I think Alexander-Arnold defends decently. But he attacks very well. He joins the attack as well as Robertson. They both join the attack very well. And that's what complements Liverpool's style of play. So if they keep that style of play, as I'm pretty sure they will because Klopp is still the coach. But Alexander-Arnold, the way he plays, he just knows. He's just smart. He knows what to do and when to do it. So yeah, he's going to be the first defender I choose. The next defender is man like Soyuncu, you know. I think he's an amazing defender. He's at Leicester, so he's going to get a lot of playing time. I think he's their best defender. At the end of the season, last season, he got a red for something really stupid. Kicking, I don't know if it was Wilson. He kicked Wilson when he was already in the net. But yeah. Hopefully he learns from his mistakes and he doesn't repeat that again, because I want to see him play a lot, and if he's in my fantasy team, I want him to perform well. The next defender is a man like Cody, you know. Cody from Wolves. He's a great defender. If you had him in your fantasy league last season, he performed very well and very consistently. He got, I don't want to say crazy amount of points, but I think he got like 3 points at least every match for me. And I'm going to get him again because I'm pretty sure he starts for Wolves still. He's not injured. And game week 1, they play Sheffield. So I think it's going to be a good back and forth game. Although Wolves might dominate, but don't sleep on Sheffield because that's what happened last season. Look where they ended up. The next one, who's a FIFA, got hella informs in FIFA, Tarkowski. He's just a monster. He's just huge. He's not really pacey, but he's not slow either. He has a decent pace for a center back, and he's pretty good. I think he's very consistent, and he plays for a team where he'll get a lot of PT. The next defender is Federico Fernandez, plays for Newcastle. I think he's a decent defender. He's past his prime, but with that experience also comes adapting to the way you play. And I think as you get older, you get smarter. So I think he's going to be very consistent. Hopefully he does well. If not, after this first week, we'll see if we need to change him or not. But I have my faith in him because I've seen him play for Argentina as well a few years ago, and he was amazing. He's tall. He wins the balls in the air. He scores from set pieces as well. And, yeah. So I know a lot of y'all might disagree with this back line. Y'all are probably screaming, no Virgil? What are you doing? Like, do you even watch the Prem? I did watch the Prem. But I also didn't want to go with, like, the popular ones as well because it's kind of boring. I also want to take my chances and, like, take risks with people like Tarkowski, Fernandez, Cody, Soyuncu. Because we all know what Alexander Arnold can do. We know what Soyuncu can do. And the rest of these players as well. But I like taking chances, and I'm just having a little bit of fun in it. So as we move on to the midfield, I chose Declan Rice. As you know, I'm a West Ham fan, so you know I have to choose Declan Rice. We all know what he can do. We all know he's the backbone of that midfield. I also chose Thomas Souček because he had a great run of form at the end of last season, and he also scores a lot of. He's huge. He's like 6'4", 6'5". He scores a lot of goals from set pieces and corners. I think he's gonna have a great season. He got into the rhythm at the last few games, so I think he's gonna hit the ground running and hopefully score a few goals for us. The next midfielder I chose is obviously Kevin De Bruyne. He's a monster. We all know what he can do. We all know he's one of the best midfielders, if not the best midfielder in the Prem right now. A lot of people might argue Bruno Fernandes, which he's up there. And hopefully he produces the same things he was producing at the end of last season. I know a lot of you Man United fans will be happy with him. But I didn't take Bruno this time. You'll see why. Because apparently Aubameyang is a midfielder. Even though I don't think he's played a day of midfield in his life. They have him as a midfielder. So, yeah. So I chose De Bruyne, Aubameyang, and man like, what's his name? Traore. Traore from Wolves. We all know how explosive he is. We all know how freaking built he is. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting seeing him again in the Prem. Hopefully he gets a lot of PT. He doesn't get injured. They're supposed to be playing Sheffield tomorrow, as I said earlier. Yeah. Wolves, Sheffield. I think he's going to tear that Sheffield defense up, even though Sheffield plays really well as a team. But Traore is one of those players that just changes the game and like as soon as he comes in. So Traore completes my midfield 5, and hopefully he scores a goal tomorrow because I know he can bring him in. I know he assists a lot, and which leads me to my strikers. This one I chose based on what he did at the end of last season, and he's in a great form. I chose Danny Ings. As you'll see, my team name is going to be Flying Without Ings, Flying Without Wings, you know, play on words. But yeah, Danny Ings, I'm expecting him to score all my goals this because they play Crystal Palace this week. This one, y'all might disagree with, but last time he was in the Prem, he was banging them in for fun. Mitrovic, he's also the designated penalty taker, so you know if Fulham have, they got a lot of penalties, not last season, but the season before that, and Mitrovic scored all the penalties, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he might have missed one, but he scored a lot of penalties for Fulham, and he also banged in a lot of goals for Fulham as well. You know, last season in the Championship, he was banging them in as well. I think he was one of the top scorers. And I think in the Prem, he's going to just keep on doing the same thing he did 2 years ago. My last forward and completes my 15 players for this Fantasy Premier League team is Divock Origi. Y'all are probably like, Origi? Bro, what are you doing? He doesn't even start. That's true, but he's going to be on my bench, and hopefully he comes off and scores a few goals like he does for Liverpool. Obviously, he's not going to be getting me all my points, and you might say my front three is pretty weak, but I disagree. I think Origi, every time he comes in, he performs well, and that's just guaranteed points, because I know with like a few strikers, they might not be guaranteed a consistent and high performance level, but with Origi, I know what I'm going to get. I know that I'm going to get 2-3 points every game, and I just can't risk not getting any points because those kill you at the end of the week. But I know what Origi is going to give me. I know what Mitrovic is going to give me. I know what Danny Ings is going to give me. He's been having a great season. Traore, Aubameyang, KDB, Souček, Declan Rice, Federico Fernandez, Tarkowski, Cody, Soyuncu, Trent, Alisson, and Fabianski. That's my squad. Tell me what you think about it in the description. Show me your squads. Send me your squads through Instagram or tweet me. My links to my social media are in the description. And also hit that like button. Please subscribe. I'm going to be bringing a lot of content. I'm going to be uploading consistently. I'm going to be uploading game week 1, game week 2. So every week is going to be a Fantasy Premier League video. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be bringing you a lot of Premier League content. Also, don't forget I'm starting a podcast with my friends. That will be in the description as well. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.